What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you why I have been daily driving this ProjectElixir ROM based on Android 12.1. And yes, I know I did not make a recent video about any Android 13 ROM for the Redmi Note 10 Pro at least, but there is a reason for that. Well, I have been daily driving the Redmi Note 10 Pro for a long time now, and I would say I definitely need the MIUI camera, and on this particular ROM, the MIUI camera is much optimized. I'll talk about that later, but first let me show you the build date and the about section and stuff. Here we have the ProjectElixir logo up top, and it shows the wallpaper that you are using. By the way, I have been using a Wallpy app over here, and we have the Android version as Android 12L. Of course, if you make this clock to the 12 o'clock, it will simply show you the 12L Easter egg. That's cool. We have the security patch as August 5th, 2022, not even September or October. That's how it is. And if you are looking at the build date, this is the 9th September 2022 build. The device maintainer is Zaid Khan, the SafetyNet status is enforcing, and the stock kernel here is the 4.14 Phantom kernel. But of course, this is not the latest one. There is already the Android 13 build, but this one I'm using is the Android 12L one. If you want to boost the performance of some particular apps, yes, there you have the benchmark, the browser, and etc. profiles for each game and stuff. You can set it to gaming. Also, we get the system updater if you want to check for updates. By the way, if you want to flash this ROM, all the flashing guide links will be present in the description. You shouldn't worry about it. And here everything, to me at least, looks beautiful. We have the pixel launcher by default again, and we have this battery widget and stuff. I can go directly into the battery settings from right here. The good thing is, in the battery settings of the device, there you will find the battery's charging cycle, the current battery capacity, design battery capacity, the battery temperature and stuff. All these things are there by default. You do not have to do anything for all of these, and I don't really think that you are getting all these features right out of the box in the latest Android 13 builds. I'll show you even more stuff, but let's just go back, and if I just tap here, I can go directly into the Bluetooth battery settings. So this is great. The battery widget I'm just loving over here. We have the subscriber count widget that I use, and of course we are getting the Google's Android clock widget, and as you can see, the animation of it looks just beautiful, and we have the weather as well. Let me actually show you. To the left of the home screen, we have the Google's Discover page. Swiping up will get you to the app drawer. Swiping down will get you to the quick setting or the notification panel. And here, of course, the notification panel has this white kind of shade if you are using the light theme. But if you're using the dark theme, of course, everything goes pitch black. And here, in terms of the toggles, let me show you what I have added. I have the refresh rate toggle, then we have the always on display toggle, the Google Home controls, and we have the heads up. The screen recorder and stuff is there, and you get a bunch of features for the screen recorder. And we have the night light, the hotspot, everything, just normal stuff. And in the power menu, this is how it looks like. Again, in the power menu, it looks beautiful. We have this background blur. If you tap on advanced, you will get the directly rebooting option to the recovery or fast boot from right here. Yes, I have made a previous video about the previous build of the ProjectElixir ROM, and on this, I have been really loving it. The VoLTE calling experience was great, no issues. It shows the Bluetooth battery stats on the status bar, so that's great, really helpful. And I can of course see the detailed battery percentage of the Bluetooth device in the quick setting panel too. Now let's talk about the stock camera. Well, this is the sole reason that I have been using this ROM. And of course, the MIUI camera's optimization is much better for selfies and stuff. And even for videos, I feel MIUI camera gives you one of the most optimized results. And you can of course use the super macro lens and stuff if you want, even for videos. As you can see, if you're noticing, the super macro lens is actually working fine even in videos over here, no issues whatsoever. And even in video settings, you can enable the beautify mode if you want. All these MIUI features are just amazing. And we have this pro mode too. If I want to shoot pro mode videos and stuff, I can do that from right here. Also, in terms of portrait pictures and stuff for the front camera selfies, yes, it's an amazing experience overall. By the way, while I'm talking about it, just let me go back. As you can see, there is that black border on the front camera. Whenever I'm using the front camera, there is that black border that actually helps halo effect while you are doing a video call or something in apps like Google Duo or WhatsApp video calls. And if you're seeing on the left side, we have the Google camera picture, and on the right side, we have the MIUI camera picture. The same device, the same camera sensor, but different camera apps. Of course, the MIUI camera is much more optimized. You are seeing the portrait mode pictures. Of course, the MIUI camera adds some beautification by default, and that actually helps the picture to look more presentable in social media and stuff. But the Gcam pictures are just too much detailed. If you just zoom in, you will see a lot of detail. If your face has a lot of marks and stuff, it will show up like in detail with the Gcam. So that's why I would say yes, the Gcam picture has much more detail, but definitely the MIUI camera picture is much more presentable for most people, I feel, even for me. So I would say I definitely prefer the MIUI camera to be there at least while I'm daily driving a device. And you don't simply get the MIUI camera or the ANX camera with the latest Android 13 ROMs. That's a bummer. But yes, this is the sole reason why I have been daily driving on Android 12L ROM, specifically the ProjectElixir ROM, because I get the ANX or the MIUI camera here. Now just for another comparison, let me actually show you. I have taken another picture with the Redmi K20 Pro. This is with a Gcam Go, which is present by default with the Evolution X ROM, the latest Android 13 build. And this is the picture in the same lighting condition, in the same time. And yes, it actually looks darker, but yes, there is the background blur and stuff. Yes, there is also a little bit of beautification, but just notice the color or the light difference. The exposure seems much lower. I did not tap to focus or something, but I just took the picture normally. But you can check the colors. They are just looking different with the colors. The K20 Pro's picture looks much more dull, I would say. But yes, this is in indoor lighting conditions in daytime though. But yeah, this is how the difference is with the Redmi Note 10 Pro's front camera and even with the Redmi K20 Pro's front camera. But keep in mind, on the Redmi K20 Pro, I shot it with the Gcam Go. Now let's talk about the battery life. I have tested it with the Acco battery app, and with this one, I have got about 8 hours and 15 minutes, or you can say 8+ hours of screen on time overall. And the screen off actually shows about 31 hours when the device actually stays in standby, and the combined use you can see about 18 hours. So that's about a day. If you are a normal user, it should last you for a day without any issues. But if you're talking about the fast charging, yes, fast charging is working perfectly fine. The 33-watt fast charger works great on this particular ROM. No issues, no huge heating issues at all. But let me talk about the issue that I have faced. That is, the screen just does not wake up. I just take the device out from my pocket and I just see the screen does not wake up. Even if I just tap the fingerprint scanner, even if I tap the power button, it just doesn't do anything. That thing used to happen a lot with the previous update of this one, and even with some other ROMs I have seen that. But here also, it happened for me sometimes, but right now with this latest build of Android 12.1 ProjectElixir, it's a lot less, I would say, but surely you will get that particular issue once in every 2 days, I would say. So that bug is still there, which is annoying. It's really easy to fix that bug, because when the screen just stops waking up, you just press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds. The device actually goes into forced rebooting mode and it just force reboots the device. After rebooting, it works perfectly fine. There is no problems like that anymore for about 2 more days. So that's how it is. That's how the problem actually appears, and that's how you fix it. But except that bug, I did not face any other bug. Here, let me show you. This is how the volume panel looks like. You can expand the volume panel just like this. You can switch the output device from right here to your Bluetooth speaker or your normal speaker or your Bluetooth headset. So yeah, you can switch the Bluetooth devices from right here. And talking about the overall refresh rate, yes, it is running at 120 FPS or 120 Hz, you can say. So overall, I did not face any issues with high refresh rate all the time. And here, this is how the recent panel looks like. You can copy a link and stuff. You can take a screenshot, select some particular thing. Also, you have the split top mode, and you can actually scroll between these apps, no issues. And you can swipe between the apps, or you can just switch the apps if you just double tap in the middle. All these functions are working perfectly fine. And yes, the banking apps and stuff working perfectly fine as it passes the SafetyNet test right out of the box. The DRM info stays as L1, you shouldn't worry about that. Netflix and Amazon Prime works in 1080p. Also, if you're wondering about the IR blaster on this particular ROM, let me show you. The IR blaster should be working great here. If you're watching this light, that simply means the IR blaster is working great here. In the security settings and stuff, if you go into the settings, we have the quick unlock and we also have the face unlock and fingerprint. This is another reason I am using Android 12L, because in most Android 13 ROMs, there is no face unlock or AppLock as of right now. But here you get both of them. But for the AppLock, you have to go into the advanced, then stock lock options. Then you will find the AppLock over here. And let me actually go into the settings in the protected apps. Let me show you the Google Photos option is not there for some reason. If I just search photos, as you can see, nothing shows up. So you cannot really log the Google Photos and stuff, but definitely you can log apps like WhatsApp, and that works perfectly fine. It shows you have to tap the fingerprint scanner to unlock it. Right now, let me show you the fingerprint scanner speed and stuff, all these things. So once you have the always on display disabled, if you just double tap, yes, the device wakes up, no issues. And if you tap the fingerprint scanner, this is how it unlocks. Just notice the fingerprint scanner speed. And it unlocks, no issues at all. And let me actually show you with another finger. So yeah, it unlocks fine. Let me show you with the always on display. And even with the always on display, the double tap to wake and stuff is working flawlessly, no issues at all. Let me actually disable the always on display so that I can show you the pickup. So if I keep the device on my desk and pick it up on my hand, and as you can see, the screen wakes up. If I double tap and swipe up, it will use the FaceUnlock, and as you can see, it unlocks. So no issues with unlocking the device with FaceUnlock or AppLock or the fingerprint scanner and stuff. All these things are working perfectly fine in my opinion. And you are seeing it works great. In terms of customization, well, you get bunch of customization in the Essence, and this has the newer customization panel. It looks like this. Everywhere you are getting amazing amount of fonts, including there is the nothing dot font, Nokia Pure, Mi Sans, all these things, all the other fonts that you are willing to see are there. We have huge amount of icon packs, then the icon shapes, etc. So customization are huge. We can donate to the developer from right here. And in terms of the status bar settings, you are seeing all these customization. This one has huge amount of customization. You should not worry about it at all. There is a long press power button toggle torch. All these features, I just love it. In the gesture, we have the quick tap to start a action. This is for the back tap kind of thing. And we have the system navigation gestures. In the settings, you can actually change the pill length and stuff. The haptic feedback you can enable. We have the 2-button and 3-button navigations and stuff. Then we have the swipe quick screenshot, and this one actually has share, edit, delete, and the Google Lens option. Also the capture mode feature actually shows up. Let me actually take a picture. Take a screenshot. As you can see, there is the capture mode feature. If you tap here, you will get much more options. You can edit it out, you can share it out from right here. So this ROM again has amazing amount of features. In the Misc settings, we have the advanced reboot, then the disable power menu on lock screen for security, in-call vibration options. If you scroll down more, we have the ignore Windows secure level flags. Yes, there is the wallpapers and style. You get 4 colors for the wallpaper kind of colors, and the basic colors are there too. And in terms of app grid, we have 5x5 option. Let me go back in the display settings. This is how it looks. We have this icon manager and stuff. Then we have the smooth display, double tap to wake. Everything is working fine. We have the display cutout option too. I don't know why one would use that with this ROM. We have the pitch black option right here. Let me go back, and in the sound settings, this is how it looks. Talking about the sound quality, it is great with the headphones or the Bluetooth headsets and stuff, or the speakers, and even the earpiece. The sound quality has been great. We do have the Mi Sound Enhancer or the Mi Audio Direct. You get plethora of options over here, even some newer options, the Bluetooth options and stuff. Let me go back. We have the sound presets right here, and we have the select scene option. Then the enable hi-fi audio option is also there. Then the haptic feedback, you can actually customize the intensity of it. Really great options in terms of sound. And of course, VoLTE calling and stuff again is working fine. We have the Google dialer as the stock dialer. So overall, my experience has been great. And if you're wondering about the performance, well, overall, this is an amazing performer. No issues whatsoever that I have faced. But yes, as this has a 732G, you are gonna get a little bit of mid-range or stuttery kind of experience if you're doing a lot of heavy kind of task, because this is a mid-range processor, not a flagship one, and it is running at 120 Hz all the time. And here are the Android and Geekbench score with a CPU stress test for this particular build. So there you have it. I did not make a proper complete video about this. That's why I thought I need to share it with you guys, why I'm not making a video for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. But so sooner or later, I will switch to Android 13 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So stay tuned for that. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share this video with your friends if you want them to feel the overall experience of Android 12L on the Redmi Note 10 Pro and how is it with the ProjectElixir ROM. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. This is Tito from KDN Tech signing off for today. I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.